Coming hot off the presses, I needed to make this video once I saw this post. On Reddit, user Hatberg did God's work and broke down monster experience, bonuses, and penalties. So before we begin, make sure to hit that like and subscribe bell icon to stay up to date on all future New World content. First, we are going to go over the data, analyze, and then discuss. The original chart he created was a little confusing for some people, so I'm going to try to explain it as well as I can. So we have three categories here. We have experience, aggro range, relative monster level, which is basically the monster level compared to the player, defenses, and damage dealt. So right off the get-go here, let's just begin with the monster level relative to the player. So we have minus 20 and below, so these are going to be all for creatures that are 20 levels below the player. Then we got 10 to 19 below the players as well. Then we have 9 to plus 2, and then it goes up from there up to 10 levels up and higher. There is quite a bit that we can take from this. So right off the get-go, if you're killing a creature or a mob that is 20 levels lower than your player level, you're going to gain only 20% of the original value. The experience section was a little confusing for a lot of people. Basically, the easiest way to look at is if you are killing a mob that is the same level as you, you are going to gain 100% of the total experience for that. Comparative, if you are killing a creature that's 20 levels below you, you are only going to gain 20% of the total experience that is potentially gained. So in the vice versa section, if you are killing a creature that is 10 levels up and higher, you are capped at 100% of that experience. So you will not gain any extra experience for killing creatures or mobs that are higher than 10 levels higher than you. Or actually, you could say anything higher than 2, you're not going to gain anything extra, which basically brings it into the perfect threshold. So the perfect threshold for killing mobs and creatures is going to be creatures that are negative 9 levels to you or 2 levels higher, because at this range you are getting 100% of the total experience. Their defenses are only at 100% and damage to deal is only 100%, so they are not getting any buffs and you aren't receiving any negative drawbacks. Couple other things to note here is creatures that are about 10 levels and lower level than you are, there is an aggro range reduction, so they are getting a minus 10 meters on sight. So basically, if you are 10 meters away from these creatures, their vision is reduced by those 10 meters, so they can't see you, which kind of goes into a video that I'll be posting here shortly about some tips, and this is one of them, that collecting resources where mobs are 10 levels lower than you is a good area to go because of this reduction. We can also see in the defense and the damage section here that basically starting at 3 levels higher than you, they start gaining defensive buffs, and then reaching up to 10 levels and higher, they get a 250% max increase. And then with the damage dealt around level 6, they start to do a little bit more damage to you. So 6 levels higher than the player, they start to do 120% damage, and it just continually escalates from there about 20% until it hits level 9, where it jumps up to 250%. So now that we are talking about the 10 plus and up creatures and mobs, experience is capped at 10 levels above the player level. So basically, if you're trying to kill a level 40 monster, it will only grant you experience as if you killed a level 20 monster. So it's basically stating that there is no incentive to kill creatures that are vastly higher than you, because in turn, it's just going to take longer to kill them, and they're going to be harder to kill for no extra benefit, besides maybe a drop or two, but even then, a lot of the drops in expeditions are kind of gatekept by levels. So one quick interesting note here that he did have posted here, that enemies that are 10 plus above that have the little skull icon will bypass death's door when they kill you, and you'll be immediately put into a respawn screen without your allies having a chance to revive you. I don't think I've ever come across this, because I feel like I've died from skull creatures before, and I remember pretty well that there was a teleport screen available or a respawn screen available to you, but I could be mistaken. I'm just going to dig through all of the recorded VOD content to kind of see and gauge on that if that is correct. Now, as a disclaimer, this was posted on based on the data from the closed beta August 2nd, so it has some room for flexibility on accuracy. I don't quite know how they went ahead and gathered this information. I did ask if I could get a little bit more detail on that. So once the second beta comes out and the final launch comes out as well, I'll be playing around with this to see how accurate it is and do my own data mining on this to see how accurate he is, but I have a good feeling this is pretty accurate. So the one thing we can take from this is you're going to want to farm about -9 levels lower than you to 2 levels higher than you. That's going to be the sweet spot. So don't go rushing into areas that the mobs are way higher level than you, because it's just kind of a nullified point. Hope you guys learned something new from this. I thought it was a pretty good, interesting topic to bring out for a video for today. So until next time, guys, it was Feb.